Whose turn is it anyways? Excited to announce the Devon Board Game Weekend at the Fox and Hounds Hotel in Eggersford near Exeter. This event begins on Friday the 17th of October to Sunday the 19th of October. For more details on how to get tickets, follow the link in our show notes and we'd love to get a game with you there. Welcome to Whose Turn Is It Anyway podcast, where we talk about all sorts of board gaming shenanigans and invite you into our gaming groups. And on this episode, we have got Adrian.
Hello.
Davey.
Hiya.
And Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan.
I thought you were about to announce a horse then. And in the inside lane we have...
I would do if I had any energy, pal, but I haven't.
Why have you got no energy, J-Pulse?
Well, we had some mention on a previous episode, probably the last one.
Do you reckon?
I said I was
Sure you
going
don't want
away.
to talk about it again?
No, I just said I'd going away for work to the US of A. I've done it, and I'm now back from the US of A, and I'm very tired. Because literally, 2 or 3 days ago, I got home. So I'm in that kind of weird jet laggy funk. But I'm here, recording an episode. It's a good look.
Yeah, there we go.
Good luck. But now it's good fun. For those that don't know or cannot remember or had not listened to the previous episode, we went to Memphis, me and Rob. And I just want to give a big shout out to Zach from 901 Games, who looked after us on a Sunday afternoon, which was great. Went to a board game cafe / shop kind of place and played some games. Played a bit of Carcassonne, which is Rob never played Carcassonne. Mad.
This is madness.
It's madness, but now he has. So we played that, bit of Seven Wonders Duel, and then a bit of Kim Fire Delve because Rob's obsessed with it.
Nice.
Absolutely obsessed
How
with
did you find it?
it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, nice, light, fun little game. Which
Yeah, it's strangely a bit more Euro than it is Dungeon Crawl, I think,
is.
because you've got to crunch numbers in a lot of sense.
It's like,
but
well, I'll
it
do
is
that
fun.
and add that, and then, there's a bit of pushy luck in it, which you can go, let's go for it, and then swear when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good fun.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, nice to play some games and all that kind of stuff. But it's good to be back. But how about you boys? You doing all right?
I moved house.
You did move house.
So-
How's that going?
It's going pretty well, actually.
Yeah?
It was, I think, smoother than I expected it to go for the most part. And most of the parts of the house work when I turned up. So
It's always a good bonus.
always a good thing. So very little repair I had to do. So so just getting in, moving boxes from one room to another, unpacking a few of them, and then moving them back to another room again. So I've just got this constantly moving set of boxes around the room.
You start hearing do.
Yeah, you can't fill one wall, otherwise they will disappear. So it's like, so that's what I've been doing. I measured up the table I've ordered.
Yeah.
It's a tight squeeze.
Is it tight? Yeah, but it'll make it work.
It'll be fine.
Make it work.
It'll be fine. So
Yeah.
I've got just over 2 foot down the side of each of the sides of the table. So I reckon most people can get in that. So I'm hoping that'll be.
Well, I don't know about everyone else, but my letterbox is a bit empty from any kind of invites to a kind of housewarming gaming day. But how about you? Have you got yours yet?
No.
No. How about you, David? You got yours yet?
I got a text, yeah, because I live in the 21st century. But
Okay, all right. I'm an 80s kid. Handwritten letter.
handwritten letter, yeah.
With a
a
quill.
stamp.
With a quill
With a stamp.
and a wax seal.
my carrier pigeons are all on other missions at the moment. All right, when
That would be the best thing if a pigeon arrived at my door. Then how can anyone say no to that?
It'd be an
right?
owl.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
It would be an owl.
It'd be an owl. Oh, yeah, it's true.
It'd send his owl.
Yes, that is very true.
But there we go. No, cool.
So
well done.
all good in sorting it out.
And your computer's set up already, priorities.
Computer's set up.
Yeah.
I've started unboxing games, but haven't quite finished it yet. And I need to sort of now change my Kallax Billy bookcase layout to fit games in still.
Nice.
So yeah, that's me. That's how I've been.
Nice. Yeah.
All good fun.
Nice.
Any notable events happening with you two? Nope.
No.
That says
Just
spin on.
lots of work, unfortunately for me.
Yeah.
I say unfortunately, I love my job, but desperate to try and get more things to the table, but also desperate for a bit of a rest, I think.
Yeah.
For me, I need a bit of a rest.
Rest is good.
Rest is good.
Yeah.
And I don't eat anymore. So if you've seen pictures of me, I've lost
Dan-
3.5 stone in weight.
Dan is half the man he once was.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking good.
Thanks, man. I
Yeah.
feel sexy.
You do.
Yeah. I mean, I have to wear my glasses at all times, though, because if I don't, I look like a thumb. So just shows you where that's what I'm doing. I don't even need a prescription.
I mean, Adrian of the two fingers, are we?
She didn't complain. Let's. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Together we'll make a fist.
And on that bombshell.
Lovely. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I missed streaming the other day from some random projectile chundering, which wasn't nice. But and I took the day off, which is always worse because then you're ill on your day off. You're like, why?
Oh, so you took the day off to do the stream?
Yeah.
And then you were ill?
And then I was ill.
Oh, that sucks.
It really sucked. Yeah.
That sucks.
So
Because you want to take your sick days for when you're healthy, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
your holiday.
holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had a holiday and then I was just ill. So and I missed the stream, but
What were
it
you
looked good.
streaming? What were you streaming?
It was Forbidden Stars and then Talisman for Paul's birthday. So-
He did a week of streaming stuff for his birthday.
Yeah.
That's Paul Grogan, for those that
Yes, Paul
hadn't realised.
so I missed
Mr. Gaming
that.
Rules.
Mr. Gaming Rules.
Gaming rules.
But other than that, went to a nice free market today and went to street. So yeah, buying new clothes because I've also lost lots of weight. So I've had to.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I've had to buy a new wardrobe because you try and last the current wardrobe out as long as possible, but then when it starts looking like a bed sheet and someone goes, "God, we've lost you in there," you start thinking, "Yeah, I should probably get a new wardrobe now." Yeah.
Yeah, but I find I can't eat as much as I used to, and if I do, I feel like Al from Al's Toy Barn in 2 seconds. If I do, and the fact that I look like him doesn't help. But if I eat if I go anywhere near a burger, then that's it. I'm done for like 2 days.
Yeah,
I can't. It's not great.
No.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice. Nice intro, everyone.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. But let's talk about some games and stuff, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do
Why not?
it. Let's do it. And now it's time to talk about Hex, where we're going to talk about all of our gaming stuff. So, Davey, I'm going to come to you because you've got something exciting,
I
apparently.
know. So what have I played?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, last night I played the new Dune Uprising, or you can play it with Dune Imperium as well, expansion Bloodlines. So Bloodlines adds in Sidereal agents that you can hire and have command abilities. It adds new tech tiles, it adds some new cards, and it adds some new actual not factions, but characters that you can play.
Okay. More characters.
Just more characters, which some of them are really interesting. So More stuff. And they seem quite balanced. So, as an example, I had, I can't remember the names for the life of me.
Doris.
I had Doris, yeah. Doris, the tech lady. And at the start, I get to pick a tech from each of the 3 piles from at the bottom. And I get to pick one and put it in my reserve, and then it's one cheaper from wherever I want it. And then her signet ring is you can ditch a tech and get a intrigue card and draw a card, which is really cool. It was like about buying cheap tech and getting lots of tech and kind of building that up. And then the other ones we had on the table, one which was completely different, which was something to do with like the way the what are the navigation cards called? They're not in Uprising, but they're in the original. But for this character, you actually use them. I forget what they're called, but basically you go to any space and you replace a lot of their deck.
The jump one.
With the hyperspace. Hyperspace?
I think it's probably called hyperspace.
Something like hyperspace. With that card. So at the start, you've got loads of different options where you can go. So that kind of gives you, you can pretty much rush the influence if you wanted to start with. So that was quite cool. And then there was a trash a card, get 1 coin. Where every time you trash a card, you get a coin. And then if you play the signet ring, you got to trash a card.
Fold space.
Fold space. There
you go. That's how my brain works, right?
Yeah.
It's a long-term fetch request.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you'll get there, and it'll
get
come
there
back.
in the end,
Well done.
So yeah, it's really cool. So there's Sidereal agents. When you go to their spaces, you can hire them for 2 Solari, and then when you hire the commander, it goes to your barracks, and then you can go. You basically go and take a tile which has 4 keywords on. You can't have 2 of the same. I think they're all the same, but 4 are out.
Yeah.
And you pick it up, and when he's in battle, you activate or once Aldacar's out in battle, you activate all of them in front of you.
Okay.
So if you only have one at a time, you might want to keep them in your barracks until you get a couple more and then start putting them out. And then at any time on your turn, you can pay 2 Solari, and if they've been killed in battle, you can put them back out into your barracks and then put them out into battle where you are. So it's an actual troop you can start paying in. So Solari is a lot more important.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, even with Uprising, you had more options of what you could do with Solari, but it kind of starts to teeter out, and then Spice becomes more important. Whereas with this, it kind of keeps it a bit more relevant, which is quite nice. So, yeah, it felt nice and balanced. I think it's an auto include, really. It doesn't add too much to it. It just adds, so if you're already playing with the tech stuff, it just adds more tech. So more.
More stuff.
Better variety. So all it does is, the deck now, we had to half it because otherwise it was just like towering above the board.
Now,
it's like terraforming Mars. So we're just like, keep half the deck over here. We never even saw that other half of the deck, but we saw some new combos and we saw some new stuff because we pretty much always play with the 3 expansions now. Yeah. So
isn't Bloodlines standalone as well? Or
you can play it standalone with the original game,
So only Uprising or the base is a standalone base game.
I lost track of it. They've got so much stuff for it.
Yeah, they have.
It's getting mad.
Yeah. And then we played a 2-player. So we played a 3-player, then played a 2-player. And the 2-player is actually quite good because you use, I don't know if everyone's ever played it, but you use a rival and the rival card. And there's an app for it as well. I think it's made it a lot easier.
So much better.
Use the app.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, use the app. Yeah.
But it actually is very little maintenance, and it does add contention into the game, so that the board's not just open. You can do what you want for a 2-player, so it works really well.
It wouldn't work 2-player.
No, I don't think it'd just be too open. You just both do whatever you want, and then
you win that battle.
Yeah.
I'll win the next one.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work.
So it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I forget how much I enjoy that game every time I sit down and play it.
Yeah, it's been a while for me.
Yeah, and I think having new leaders adds just enough a spin, right? Because you've kind of, I started to think, well, I'm going to go for more tech tiles than I normally would do because I can now, I'll buy it, I get a cool effect off it. If the effect's useless for me, I'm just going to bin it.
Yeah.
And I get to an intrigue and I get to draw a card. And the only downside was I could only do it when the signets rings out, so you still have to keep your deck pretty thin to be able to go through it. But I enjoyed it. It was really good. Good fun. It's a close game. I think the first one was like 1 point in it.
Yeah.
I think Taz won in the end, even though I was like, because we played the long game, I had like 10 points on just before on the penultimate turn. And then it took me a long time to be able to just edge over for those last points because I was doing a lot of influence, right? Yeah, I wasn't really in the battles and I pushed all of that set victory points up. But yeah, really good.
Nice. Sounds good. Cool. Thanks, Davey. Adrian.
Nice.
What about you, mate?
I've played loads. It's been really good. Considering I moved house in that time, I've played a lot of board games recently and a lot of newish ones as well. And most of them were better than Talisman 5th edition, so that's a good start.
Well, that's a hope for them.
Isn't that most of them?
Yeah. So to be fair, I'd had a laugh with Talisman, but it wasn't the game's reason why I had a laugh. It was because people around the table were funny. So what I thought I would then talk about is at the end of the last episode I was on, I said I'm interested to play Harry Potter Catch the Snitch.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know whether I'd like it or not, and I didn't know whether I wanted to sell it or not. So I wanted to get it played before Bring and Buys came up and stuff like that. So I got that to the table. It's fine.
Did you catch the Snitch?
Did you catch it?
I did catch the Snitch. So obviously set in Harry Potter world.
Yeah.
And it's a 2-player, because that's what Quidditch is, basically. It's a game of Quidditch. So it's 2 players, 2 teams sort of facing off against each other, sort of basketball, ice hockey-esque, I guess. You've got the 3 sort of on-field types of players. So you've got chasers who move the ball that they want to get into the goal. You've got beaters who are trying to hit the bludger to knock other people off and to get in people's way and stuff like that. And then you've got a keeper who guards the posts. And then you've got the snitch around the edge of the board. Now, the rule book is trash, straight trash, to the point where there are points in there that I had to regularly refer to online because it'd be like, I can't think what it was now. There was a term that you used on the snitch track, which we'll talk about in a second, and then and that's roll dice and get the result for that. If it has a number after it, you don't roll that many more dice or anything like that. You just move that many spaces on the track. But it doesn't tell you that anywhere. It just tells you what the thing without the number after it does in the rule book. So, of course, ages of trying to, rolling 2 sets of dice feels too much. Rolling an extra 2 dice feels like could be a lot. So, and then eventually having to go on BGG, and there's just threads of all these.
What does this number mean?
And not just that, of literally every rules thing there was a question for, it felt like. So, Night Models, never been particularly enamoured with their production or anything like that, so I was kind of expecting it a little bit, but it is a dreadful rulebook. The bit in the middle, where you're kind of playing the actual sort of Quidditch, passing the ball around and bludgers and all that kind of stuff, is mostly really solid. Everyone has stats, and they will do various things like pass the ball, shoot, move, evade, that kind of thing, dodge bludger, hit bludger, that kind of thing. And you get different coloured dice, and some of them are better on actions and some are better on reactions. So it kind of goes in strength upwards for actions, and then those dice are bad the other way around for reactions. So there's kind of stuff in there, and you build a deck of cards, and each person plays a card face down, and when they turn it over, it has 3 blocks at the top with either 1 or 2 0, 1 or 2 symbols in each block. So block 1, I might have 2 symbols, someone else might have 0. They're going to get 0 actions on that turn. I'll get 2 on mine. So I get to do 2 actions. Then we'll play the second block. And the second block might have 1 each, for instance, on it, at which point we'll both get an action each. And then the third block, the first player's already had their 3 actions, because you typically only get 3 actions. So they'll have 0, and the person who had 0 the first time around will get 2 actions. But these cards are all quite different, so you kind of play them. You can then kind of play, I'd call them kicker cards. They had a specific name. And they add extra things to that top card, sort of extra abilities or whatever. And in a campaign, you get gold galleons, and you can spend them on better players or better cards, and all that stuff was actually pretty good, really solid. There is a shooting mechanic in there that is, I think, relatively pointless. So in Quidditch, there are 3 hoops that you pass the quaffle through, shoot the quaffle through. Before you do that, you have the 3 cards for left, middle, and right things, and you're supposed to kind of play a weird bluffing game. There's not really a game. You've always got 3 cards, so it's just both of you kind of pick one. There's not really much of a bluff you can do with it. There's no I can't manipulate your hand or anything.
Scissors, right?
It's just rock, paper, scissors, basically. And of course, if the keeper guesses right, then they get a bonus, I think it is. Or if they guess wrong, they get minuses or something like that. And then you roll the dice to shoot and all that kind of stuff. While that is happening, every time you shoot, it's worth points, but points aren't really worth anything in the game. The only way to actually win the game is to catch the snitch on this track. The points
That's not Quidditch, though.
No, but
What?
the points themselves add tempo. So when you get 3 of these, when you score 3 goals or you get 3 successful, there's various things you can do to gain tempo. When you get 3 of these things, you then get to draw a card from the Snitch deck or whatever it's called, and it will have a symbol on the top of it, and then different options. You can either play it straight away without anything else. You get the top option, it's the worst one. You can pair it with another card of one of these types. So I can keep it instead of playing it, and then the next time I draw one, I'll get another symbol on the top. And if they're different symbols, I can play it and I'll get the second option. If they're the same symbol, I'll get the bottom option, which is the best for this catch the snitch track. On this track, all that's happening is that you are moving the snitch down the track, or you are moving the chasers up the track. The track goes around the board, but it basically is just down and up. You can do various things like moving the opponent back or putting flags down, which will mean you move forward or back. But how good you are in the game really only adds to your tempo, which means you're just more likely to draw cards. So if you get a good set of symbols in a row that all match up, you will win with less cards, having done less cards, even if you score more goals. And there is a kind of rough correlation, but it's such a letdown to the end of the game, because the game is normally won by someone going, because at the end of each turn as well, you get to draw a card as well as tempo. The game is normally won by someone turning over and going, oh yeah, I can move forward 3 spaces. There you go, caught the snitch on 1.
Yeah. That's a bit like the films, though.
It's just...
Like, they do a lot of work.
The people in the centre are doing loads of work.
All the goals and stuff, and then Harry just gets the snitch and he's fucking over.
Well, it is a hero-making
Thematic.
sport, isn't it? That's the whole point of it. It's a hero-making...
Well, that was all bullshit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
and that's how it feels. Like, it was such... I've never sort of watched two people I wasn't really watching myself, but my opponent and me both kind of went, oh.
It sounds to me like it's one of those games that I play in an afternoon because you'd ask me to play it, and then I would play it. I would likely lose, and then go, "Oh, I'm not going to get that afternoon back." Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
So I sold it, right? So it's not the biggest,
Spoiler alert.
not the biggest surprise. And like each of the teams, you get the 4 house teams. They all have different play styles. Then there's national teams, which there are a couple of players for, but for the most part, it's just kind of a build your own deck kind of thing, from what I can make out. And then that you can put spectators in as extra modules, and there's all sorts of funky things they've added in there. And when they were kickstarting it the second time, because they had unfulfilled promises in the first one, then did the second one and still didn't fulfill half the promises they made. But anyway, slightly less better about that now. I've sold it on.
Topical.
Yeah. The Catch the Snitch was done right at the end of the game. So you played so many rounds, and then it was just whoever got the furthest up the snitch track. And everyone went, well, that sounds really anticlimactic because you're playing a whole game and then just at the end. So they found this way to incorporate it in between rounds. And it's still like really anticlimactic.
Yeah, I feel like this should be like a rare thing that happens that can win you the game instead. So you sound like you've got a good game there, and then instead, now and again, you might have like a chance of catching the snitch. And sometimes it will happen, even though you're losing, you caught the snitch and you win. At least that would be better. It's like, oh, it's a rare thing that can happen. And if it does happen, you win, rather than, oh, yeah.
It's the only way to win.
It's the only way to win.
Yeah. Which
it makes the rest of the game feel pointless.
But I mean, in the Harry Potter universe, the only way to end the game is catch the snitch.
I know, but just
so they've
end it a little bit.
built
It's
it
fine.
into that, but they've just made such an anticlimactic finish to what I think was actually a really solid game. It wasn't going to blow anyone's world away or anything like that. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, you wanted to play Quidditch, that middle bit worked.
When you sold it, did you sell it to someone who didn't receive their pledge?
No, I think everyone did receive their pledge, to be fair. But it was one of those where I stuck it on with some stretch, because I had the stretch goals and all that lot, and stuck it on and thought, well, hopefully it'll go, and it did.
I'm not surprised it went based on what it is.
Yeah, it's such a shame because I feel like there's something they could have done with a couple of these rules, written it into a good rule book, and it would have been a decent game.
The way it goes, mate.
But yeah, so I sold it. But I'm glad I played it because I could see some potential in it, but I knew that I would never get that back on the table again.
Yeah. So before my trip, I jumped onto Gaming Rules and played Nucleum's newest expansion, which is Energy Research Institute, I think, or ERI.
The one that's not been released yet.
Not yet, but it's soon to be. By the
yeah.
time this comes out, it probably will have been released.
Yes.
It's kind of this month-ish, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nucleum, I'm not going to explain what it is. We talked about it plenty.
I love it.
Dan's pretty much one of his favourite games, isn't it?
I love it.
He loves it.
I loves it.
But yeah, no, the Energy Research Institute expansion offers... It's pretty straightforward as an expansion. It offers 8 new experiments. That's all it does. An experiment in the game, for those that don't know, is your kind of playable character asymmetric abilities. That's kind of what they are. And then they've kind of humanized them recently. So rather than going, you're experiment B, which, wow, I'm B. What are you? I'm C and you're D. They've kind of given them names like you're the banker or you're this or you're that and da-da. So it kind of helps understand what they are, and they've given all abilities, patron abilities now, which is quite nice. So now we have experiments G to God knows another 8 of them, and and they are quite wacky.
Can you play it with the base game only? So not with the other 2 expansions, not Australia
Yes.
and then the political one after that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you can. There might be 1 or 2. It's similar to the Dune thing. There might be 1 or 2 that will lean into some of the other mechanics.
Yep.
I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
Was the Politics one multiplayer? Or was that? I thought that was a solo one.
No,
Well, the Court of Progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Court of Progress
multiplayer
is
as well.
multiplayer,
Yeah.
It just had a solo.
So the Court of Progress had 2 more experiments in. One
Yes.
you had to play with Court of Progress, and
Yeah.
one you didn't.
Yeah.
So E and F.
I've got it. I've just not played it yet.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the others, yeah, it's all just kind of. They thought, well, how can we make these like really like mad? And
I
that's
saw
what-
your picture with the
that's
one
what
with the
we've done.
two tracks of experiments on. That looked awesome.
Yeah, so you got the twins. They're
Yeah,
the twins.
yeah.
So the twins, instead of having 8 kind of research tiles like you normally have, you have 16.
That's awesome.
So you get 2 sides, and when you kind of capture, when you gain research, like normally you have to research a level 1, 2, or 3 tech, you actually get research tokens instead. So you can store them up and then research when you want to.
That's cool.
So you
Anytime
can,
action.
Yeah. So you can bank a level 3 early if you
Is
really
that
want.
just with that experiment, or was that with
Just for that experiment.
Yeah.
So they're just a little bit different. But it does make it harder because they're level 3, because they've got 2 level 3s that usually are an end game scoring one right at the bottom. One will kind of counteract the other one a little bit. So you know, one will say you score really well off the left one, but it'll probably degrade the right one a bit.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like you can get double bubble and everything.
No.
So you've
Yeah.
really got to, I think the rhythm of that experiment is completely different from what I saw played. But you know what, I was in my own little mind palace when I was doing mine.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
when I played the Urbanist, and the Urbanist switches 4 of your buildings into new buildings with parks. So you have like houses and factories with parks on instead, and it comes with it's like a similar tile to the one you get in Australia, where you place a tile to the boat action, and then you put another one on top. Yeah, it's got one of those, but for urbanized, so you can kind of do the urbanized action, which is then place a building and then do something else. So that was quite cool. So it's kind of interacting with those parks and getting extra money when you build them or have them on the board and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Paul played the miner, so we had an extra turbine and mine, and it's kind of extension, so you get 5 rather than 4.
extensions on the board?
On your player board,
Yeah.
it kind of sits at the bottom, and it's cheap. So if you can get that one built early, it's
Yeah.
cheap on workers, and it's giving you a lot of benefits and stuff. And he played if you watch the stream, he played and got his level 3, like the purple contracts, which normally you get at the end or near the end game. He got it in like turn 4.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
And he just locked it down because it was literally have 4 turbines.
Oh yeah,
So
yes, it was that
nice.
one. Yes,
Yeah.
that one.
So
yeah.
he's got 5, and one of them was cheaper. Like, you know, so he just really locked in. It's
Yeah.
the fastest I've seen anyone get the purple contract. It's like done. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the expansion. It's just giving you more asymmetry in the game, which is always welcome.
I feel like that game needed it as well.
It
in some
definitely
aspects.
needs it. Yeah, I think if you with the Court of Progress, the fact that one of them is locked to that expansion, I mean, fine, but you've only really got 5 if you buy that expansion. So I think if you want a bit more variety, even if you just had base Nucleum and this expansion, there's a hell of a lot of variety that's just injecting into the game. So if you just wanted to get those 2, you're gonna have a lot of fun.
Nice.
But yeah,
I forget it when it comes out because that's up my street.
yeah, there's an interesting one in there around the espionage kind of spy, where you actually have a spy token that kind of goes around the cities and you interact with that. Don't know how that works, but it looked cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've really thought, how do we make this different?
Nice.
Rather than here's a slightly different power
Yeah.
than the other one, because the base 4 are kind of, not to say they're similar, but they are kind of
They are
similar.
similar. Yeah, they are.
There's nuances different.
Each one has like a strategy you kind of want to
Yeah.
hone down on, but those strategies are kind of
Base.
core principles of the game, aren't they? So
But these are like wacky.
yeah, nice.
Do that with it. Go. Good luck.
I imagine after that expansion, it'll then be another map, and then it'll be a big box.
More than likely, the big box is going to come in, and they're
Oh,
going
it needs it. It's desperate for it now. There's so much content, so much stuff.
Yep.
I'm all for it. It's great.
I really enjoyed it. I've got it on pre-order
Nice.
because why the hell not? That's Nucleum ERI.
Nice.
I like it. It's cool.
I love it.
How about you, Dan?
I have been playing the new hotness. The new hotness.
Oh yeah.
Farming Simulator.
You have been.
No, my friend. No, my friend. Agricola. Close.
It's
Very
the-
close.
the original-
It's Farming Simulator 1600s.
Yeah.
I bought Agricola like years ago in like its 3rd or 4th edition. I think when it first announced any meeples and not just counters that were for their animals. And loved it, thought it was great. Bought an endless amount of expansions for it, and then I sold it. So I'm not getting this to the table. I sold it. And then I went, why did I sell that? That was really stupid. Let's buy the subpar version of the special edition, Agricola 15, because it's got a really lovely insert. It doesn't,
crap.
and it's really awesome. It's not. Does it need sellotaping? Yes, it does. Which I did. First thing I did, and play it again. And yes, it's been revised, and it's a little different, but not much. Like they've renamed some of the places on the board, and they've redone the cards. You know, it's a little bit more balanced. Is it still cutthroat as hell? Yes. You know. It is, for me, it is the granddaddy of worker placement. Mm-hmm. You wanted the word? You You didn't get the wood. And it's screwed your whole strategy for 3 turns. Oh, that's a shit, innit? Oh, well. And that's how it is. And that's why I love it. I love it because it's just that cutthroat.
Yeah.
I don't have many games that are that cutthroat anymore since Food Chain Magnate because it's so cutthroat that you can't get that to the table anymore. So I sold that.
I love a bit of Food Chain Magnate.
So do I. But I know that JP hates it.
I love it. I love it.
He hates it. But I do miss Food Chain Magnate. I just can't get it to the table because it's just so cutthroat. So Agricola, it is cutthroat, but there are ways of recovering it. If you've been under a rock for forever and not seen Agricola, then it is just like farming in the 1600s kind of style. Place a worker down, take resources, build a farm, get points. That is it. And make sure you feed your family because otherwise they get begging tokens and they can't eat those because they're cardboard. And also if you want to make food, make sure you buy a fireplace or an oven, otherwise you're screwed. Which Caverna went, no, you don't need that now. I'm like, what? But no, Agricola is the original OG.
Major improvements. Yes, there's red tiles now. They're tiles now, not cards. Did you keep the
yes,
frame?
Did you not?
Yeah, I kept the frame.
Just checking because some people didn't.
Yeah, but it pisses me off because when I take it out, it all falls out the frame. I have to put them back in the frame.
Yeah.
And
honestly, that edition is shocking.
It's not.
It's
great.
awful.
Have you done like a spiced up sex sheet?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Let's talk about that.
Have you backed
Let's talk
Awaken
about
Realms?
that, right?
Yeah.
Without taking too long on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
No, I fucking didn't. And the reason being is because the artwork, Clemens Franz, I love you, by the way, because your original artwork is amazing. I love that game, and I love the way that it looks. But the new artwork is atrocious.
I don't like
I
the new one.
cannot stand it. I think it's awful. I've looked at the pictures. I've looked at the meeples. I've looked at the cards. I've looked at the stuff.
It's too serious.
And I just don't like it. It is too serious.
Too serious. Yeah.
I love Clemens Franz, and I've loved a lot of his games with a lot of his artwork because UA used him a lot on a lot of his titles. Gates of Longyang. I'm not sure. I think Le Havre is also one of them as well.
Most of them.
Caverna.
Tora Labora.
I know Fields of Arda, I think might have been somebody else, but I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It is too serious. And I don't understand how it's made an awful lot of money on GameFound. I just don't get it.
Because it
Got
actually
heritage.
looks like a modern game rather than something from the 80s.
That's a fair point. but that brings part of its charm.
True.
And that's why I like it for the way that it looks. And I saw this, I thought, this is interesting. And then I'm like, no. I know they are doing another one, which is a zombie style Agricola,
version of it,
which I would be intrigued to look at. Just to see what they do with it, and it might get my wallet. I don't know, but the standard edition with the abundance of expansions and add-ons that they've added for it, to go all in is crazy amounts of money. For me, it's not for me.
Do you think it's going to be plants versus zombies is going to be like the theme of it, right?
Yeah. Vegetables versus zombies.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mate, who knows? But
Your family starves and now they're all zombies.
But I'm up for having a look. But I'll be intrigued at what they do with it.
Yeah.
But for now, give me the original Agricola, or if I have to, the 15th edition, because
I've never been excited as much in a board game as playing a card that has ladder on it, and it's like, it's giving me an ability. Ladder. or I've got a plough. I've got a plough.
Yeah.
I can do shit.
What does it let you do? Plough one field.
Oh, yeah. Because that game is tight as balls, and anything you can get is just
and I like
amazing.
that. I like that it's tight.
I like
the same as like White Castle. White Castle's tight, and I like those kind of tight games. Yeah. So I'm all over it, and it's one to not forget about because it's old and it's still there, and it's for me it still holds up. I get why people don't like it.
100%. It's Marmite as hell.
But then Caverna like irons out some of the cutthroatness.
Yes.
And I can see why people prefer Agricola to Caverna, and also the other way around.
There we go. So there's the hotness of Agricola.
So that one's flown under the radar, and that's going to lead on to the...
Oh, wow, well done, Davey.
See what he did there?
Yeah. Well, let's... Oh, you stole my pun. Bye. Next segment. And now it's time for our main segment where we're going to talk about unpunched gems. So all of the games that have kind of flown under the radar, maybe not as been as popular as others. But this is quite a subjective episode. We were literally talking about this before we hit record. And I think we've all got different angles of attack. So it may be worth talking about our angles of attack first so that everyone who's listening kind of gets why we probably put certain games into the mix. So for me, I've kind of thought about it from our group standpoint. So I haven't looked at any technical data, unlike some. And I've just thought about games that maybe that our group hasn't had the opportunity to play, or maybe because they've been released and just forgotten about in the sands of time, you know. So those are the kind of things that that's how I've approached it. But Adrian, let's go to you because I know you've done it completely.
Yeah, throwing absolute shade at me.
Not shade.
I've actually put effort into your episode.
I appreciate it.
For our listeners, and you're the one throwing shade at me. I don't know how this has worked out.
There's no shade. I like the fact that you've done it properly.
Yeah, I thought I would try a slightly different approach because I was thinking, what happens if they're new listeners and they don't know all of our back catalogue of episodes, which, if not, shame on you, but it's fair enough. Because just because we've played something or we've not does not mean that it's not a popular game. We've said on episodes before that, I've never heard of something doing this before.
Yeah.
And then someone else in our own group has gone, but there's this game and this game. And when you look, they're like in the top sort of 2,000 games on BGG or something like that.
Something you would do.
Yeah, I might have done that a couple
times.
Yeah. But people have done it to me as well. So I'm not wholly to blame for that kind of culture we've got. So... So I basically looked at kind of anything that was lower than 3,000 on BGG that I still felt hadn't had a sort of it wasn't like a second edition or anything that hadn't had a lot of sort of general chat about it. And I ignored most games. There are a couple of games, most games that are kind of under a year and a half old, because often they're still climbing the charts. So like Apex Legends is under 3,000 at this point. Most people have only had it a couple of months, probably. It's new. Ignore that. So that's kind of the way I went about it, because I was trying to work out. I had that sort of, this will be an easy episode, and then it went, no, it won't be. So I ended up doing a bit of research, and there was someone on a podcast, on a YouTube channel, who said, I think this is a hidden gem, and it was BGG rank 149, and I thought, there's no way, if it's 149th game, that for 90% of like the sort of people who really in the hobby, there's no way it's probably an unsung.
What was the game?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember looking at it being like, it's about 140, 145, something around there. And I was like, well,
Gaia Project.
That's probably not for
in
most
the populace,
people.
It's probably not a hidden gem, but for them.
Just because for you, fair enough. Yeah. And so that's why I think it's good that we've talked about this, because...
This is my concern, as I'm looking at my list, because going, I'm thinking these might be unpunched gems, but people might be going, oh, no,
yeah, but I played them.
My 50 sized group will play it. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, you ask any group, you're going to get a different set of answers, as well. So I think that's the point. But anyway, Davey, how did you approach it?
So I did it for a group.
Okay, so similar to me.
Yeah, mine's more kind of
the lazy way.
It's kind of. It was just. It was so hard.
Down, I'm lazy.
So there will be someone here that probably are popular, right? On my list, anyway. They probably will be popular outside, and it's probably actually in some ways I've played them a lot with other groups, but with our group we haven't, and we don't talk about them. So in our group, they're under the radar in that sense.
Oh, I like that. So it is kind of different in that way. Okay, yeah, cool.
So lazy, I almost stopped.
How about you?
So what did you do, Dan?
I basically poured a cup of go fuck yourself.
Got AI to write all my lists.
Chat GPT. No, not at all. Not at all.
I did ask AI. Yeah. And it said root. And I was like, oh, fuck off. Everyone knows what root is.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, this is what I mean. There's a good chance.
So ignore AI. It doesn't know what it's talking about. Go on.
So I looked at games. I've been gaming a little while, you see. I looked at games where I have possibly played them like once or not at all, and my group has. But since kind of joining you guys, I know, like, looking at that little list, that you may have played one of them and maybe like none of the rest. But some of these are kind of old school. Like I say old school. They're going to be like they're no younger than like 2007. But you know, they're the games from the last 20 years, but likelihood is you may have heard of them, but you probably haven't played them.
Yeah.
And with the caveat that chances are I'm going to say one and people are going to go, oh, we play that all the time, you know. And like you said, it's subjective.
We're not going to probably agree with each other as well, which just kind of makes this an episode a bit interesting.
I'll agree with you and Adrian, but probably not Davey.
Yeah,
probably not.
Fair enough.
I'm used to it.
I meant about this topic.
Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, in general. All right. Yeah.
So there we go. So that's kind of how we all approach this thing. So I'm just going to throw it up. So Adrian, I'll come to you first, mate. So we're just going to talk about games. We're going to talk about the games that we feel have flown under the radar, that are our unpunched gems, and why. So yeah, let's
Let's go with it.
let's just flow in.
Let's just see how it goes.
Yeah.
So my one actually is breaking one of my rules straight away, but it's the only one I've broken, which is it's released within the last year or so.
Okay.
Do we need to guess this now? Is this what you're leading up to, right?
No.
Give us some more clues.
It's a 2-player game
Ooh.
by Game Builder.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Suna Valo.
Suna Valo.
Okay, yeah, I've played it.
So Suna Valo, I think, is a fantastic game, and it just seemed to get actually no hype.
Agreed.
And I personally think it's because it's tied to Planta Nubo, which was a very specific type of game. And I think Planta Nubo would have put some people who would like Suna Valo off of that. So if you like Planta Nubo, fair enough. It wasn't for me personally, but loads of people seem to love it.
I like it.
I almost didn't play it because JP went, there's this game made by the guys from Planta Nubo who have made a 2-player game. And I was like, oh no. However, I think it's a fantastic game that I think is out of print already at this point.
You cannot get an English copy of this game
At all.
at the current recording time of this podcast.
Yeah, and I think it's not available. I think it's already sold through certain languages and stuff like that, or certain countries.
I think it's because it's getting a localization.
Oh, okay.
Through someone, I cannot remember who it is, but someone else, because Planta Nubo has only just got its localization for the UK.
Yeah.
So I think it will follow, but it will probably be a year or two.
But I didn't see much coverage leading up to Essen last year on this. I haven't seen much coverage since Essen. And I think 2-player games tend to fall into like heavy sort of Twilight Struggle or like GMT style games, or very simple or sort of very streamlined sort of light midweights, I would say. A lot of 2-players fall into one of those two categories. And I think Suna Valo does a great job of actually doing that maybe just above midweight sort of Euro game feel at 2 players. And so, yeah, I just think that's one that needs a lot of love. And again, it is relatively new out. So maybe when other printings come out, but I was surprised the lack of media coverage this one got as well, both before and after Essen.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with it.
Yeah.
So again, if you've listened to this podcast, if you listen to our episode on Essen, we sort of gave it a lot of credit then, but I still think it's flown under the radar for a lot of people. Yeah. And I think it's one worth checking out, either whether you get a foreign copy imported or whether you wait for printing and get that one.
Yeah.
But that was one of the first ones that came to my mind when we talked about this topic.
Okay.
So
I mean, it's fair. I think it's a valid one. Good start, Adrian. Thank you.
Thank you.
Davey.
So I think I've spoken about this or mentioned it before, and it is Conquest of Nerath. So this is kind of the tagline for it on BGG is Axis and Allies, but with dragons, right? So
Okay, fantasy.
It's fantasy based. It's set in Nerath, which is D&D based, right?
Right. Okay.
And then you kind of have 4 factions, and you can basically do 2-on-2 or have 1-on-1. But we only ever did it 2-on-2, and it was always epic battles. And for a high fantasy war game, it seemed to work really well. And it's probably very dated now if you ever went back to it, but for me, when we played it a lot, it had all these newer mechanics or newer game mechanics of you had cards with abilities, your units all had abilities, even though you had the similar units that were out. It had very basic kind of conquest is your main goal. You've got to take over, you've got to kill them, you've got points you have to take, and etc., etc. But I don't know. For me, it was a great war game, and it brought enough sprinkling of new to hold up now if you played it. So I think in our group, it would have to be a day game. It's a long old game. And it's only a 4-player as well. But maybe we'll probably play it quicker now as well because we're all used to board games and everything. We're just more experienced, right, with board games. So I think it would be a lot quicker now. And I think it'd be a fun one to get to the table if you can get a copy of it. So I think that's flown under the radar within our group, especially the people within our group who like war games as well. I think that'd be a good one to get to the table. So yeah, that's mine. Conquest of Nerath.
I've never heard of it. So there you go.
Yeah, it's an old older school one from D&D, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's it's one that, to be honest with you, I didn't look at a lot, if I'm honest. So it's fair.
Yep, that's one of mine.
Fair play. Right, you, Dan?
The one I'm going to mention is actually had it's had one expansion, I think, like maybe even 2 expansions. I know it's definitely had one, but it's also had a sequel made and a couple of what I would call, inverted commas, spin-off games under the same title, but with another title added on underneath. But the original game, I don't think gets talked about anywhere near enough. Doesn't get mentioned, and I don't think it received the love that it should have done when it was released, and that is the Manhatten Project.
Okay.
So the Manhatten Project came out in I think it was 2010, 2011, something like that. And it is, as the title states, it's about building the atomic bomb. It has what I would call some out-of-date mechanics in it, where it's got some take-that mechanics where you're launching bombs at other at opponents, and you're trying to get kind of fighters to defend those bombs that are going off. But essentially, it's a worker placement game. Okay. So for me, in terms of my worker placement journey, Agricola came first, as we spoke about earlier, and then I go, well, actually, I really like worker placement. What do I go to next? And no one had heard of this game when I bought it. And I looked at it on a shelf in Forbidden Planet in Bristol. And I went, oh, this sounds good. Oh, wait, it's worker placement. Okay, I'll get it. Let's talk about my friends. Have you heard of this game? No. You never see the original at any con. You never see the original at any expo or anybody playing it or even talking about it. You go on Facebook, no one is playing this game when you see pictures of it. Don't see it at all. So essentially, it's one of the first games that I think use the mechanic where you either place a worker or you return all workers. It was one of the first. I think was it Brandon Tibbetts was the person who made this game, I believe.
I have no idea.
Brandon Tibbetts. But you're getting basically, you got like general workers, but you can also have specialist workers that give you better buffs on the actions that you're taking on this board. You're gaining uranium, you're trying to fulfill contracts. If you had to compare it to something now that does get talked about, so maybe that's a punched gem, you'd probably say that it was quite like Viticulture.
Okay.
So if you had to put a skin on, it would be like Viticulture, and in terms of its weight, but with the added mechanic that you either lay on workers or you return them, and you're not wasting, but you're using a turn to bring them all back. It's light to midweight Euro style worker placement game that doesn't get talked about anywhere near, like at all. I haven't seen it around anywhere for ages, but it has had a sequel. It has had the Minutes to Midnight version of that board game as well, and it's had a little card game of it as well. So it's had plenty of attention, but the original doesn't get talked about at all.
I think if you watch a lot, I think it's Dice Tower where they talk about it a fair bit. But I think if you outside of that circle, I think you're right. It kind of had a flash in a pan sort of thing, didn't it? And then, there's a few channels that talk about it a little bit, but other than that, there's not. I
think they struggle to find a copy now.
There's not a lot out there for it, for content-wise sort of thing.
And it came up with an expansion where you had world leaders and added world leaders to the expansion, but like similar to Nucleum, rather than experiment A, you added a face to what you were doing.
Yeah.
And that made it a little bit more interesting, but didn't add much. And then I sold my copy because I couldn't get it to the table, and it didn't have enough interest in, I think, the theme possibly, but doesn't get spoken about enough. Manhattan Project.
Well, having just watched Oppenheimer recently.
Yes.
Nice. That's kind of appealing.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, I've got one that I've not played. So this is a bit of a weird one.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if it counts, but I'm saying it anyway.
Do you reckon we've played it?
Don't know if you have, but it's a game called Sidereal Confluence.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah,
have you played it?
No, but heard about it, yep.
I've just looked at the BGG rank. So going it's 387. So that's actually a lot higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah. It got a lot of love at one point.
It might be because Shut Up and Sit Down did a thing on it way back. But
Who?
You got him.
You got him.
Oh, you did it.
I can't believe you said it. No, the guys there, they did a video on it. 8 years ago. I don't know when it was. It's been out for a long time. From what I know of it, and for the people that have played it, really enjoy it. And it's really unique. And I think this is what appeals to me with this game. And I really want to try it. It's space themed. Tick. Hey, space. You play an alien race. Tick. Right? But it's just a massive resource trading engine building game.
Okay.
So you're kind of like, you play your alien race, you're sitting around a table. I think you can play up to a high player count. And you've got these particular kind of actions and processing factories or whatever that's producing a certain kind of resource. And you have a massive simultaneous bartering trading phase in the game where you'll get up from your chair and I'll go around to your side of the table, Davey, and go, right, I think if you give me 2 of your purple
Open
cubes,
up your trench coat and be like, right, what do you want?
what do you want?
This? Yeah.
I need those 2 cubes that you've got. Now, what do you need? It's like, well, I need that. Okay. And you start doing wheeling, dealing, Del Boy style trades.
Wouldn't let us talk to me.
Yeah. It's a bit like Terry Tibbs.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, hold that thought, JP. And you'd be like, Adrian, right, if you give me that, then I can do that and do that. And I just thought it's just something that I don't see much in board games anymore. Like, it reminds me of like Mega Civ or something.
You took me straight to Mega Civ. As soon as you mentioned that,
everyone's up and it's like, right, let's sort this out. And I think you can kind of then build out your kind of empire, so you end up with more complex resource conversion chains and things like that. So it's probably what it looks like. It's got that furnace-esque aspect to it, but with space, aliens, and lots of trading. And I really want to play it. And it's had a second edition fairly recent, maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago, which has sexed up the artwork a little bit.
Okay, nice.
And I keep looking at it, and I just think maybe it needs a go. Maybe we should go back to the old and give it a whirl. Who knows whether it would like it or not? But yeah, it just feels like if it's that high. But from our group's point of view, I don't know anyone who's played it other than maybe some off chance. I think Craig in your group has got it.
All right.
So that might be out in just thinking out loud. That's me. That's my little entry. So let's keep going around. What have you got in your bag of unpunched gems, Adrian?
Oh, well, some people, when they see mine, might ask, is it a bird? Some might ask, is it a plane? Actually, it's a balloon.
Okay.
So the game is called It's a Balloon.
Oh, okay.
Never heard of this.
Yeah, and it's a party game that I feel would sort of sit okay with like a Just One or So Clover crowd and all that kind of stuff. Comes in the same size box as those. And one person, you've got like a grid in front of you that's got different little symbols and shapes on it. And someone will get a thing that says, okay, make a forklift. And so someone has to describe them drawing the forklift on this board with little symbols on it. So they might go, right, I go round the hammer and then I'll go up to the star and across to the moon and then back down 2 of the squares, because there's like a little grid on it, back down 2 of the squares and then back across to the and that's how they're kind of explaining it. And everyone else around the table who can't see their board is trying to copy it. And then when they think they've worked out what it is they're drawing, they grab, there's like the first, second and third place. They'll grab like the first place. So there's sometimes a bit of I think I'm nearly there. And you watch someone get like, they're really looking like they're getting it. I'm just going to go for it. And of course, if you've got it wrong, then you've lost the points sort of thing. But if you've got it right, then you get the points, you get bonus ones for doing it quicker. And it's just a blast.
That sounds awesome.
It's one of those where I'm surprised because, you got like Fake Artist Goes to New York, which is all bluffing and all that kind of stuff. But it's just a fun party game of just guess what I'm drawing. But it's not like a Pictionary kind of thing. It's just, I don't know, I found it more entertaining, more kind of, it's funny when you see everyone's different drawings. It's like that whole sort of draw a robot and someone explains like where to put squares in that badly. It's kind of that.
How many times has this been done?
Yeah.
But it sounds really unique.
It's just fun. And it's rated actually quite well, but has no ratings basically, which I think shows how it didn't really get off the ground. And yet I think it's a fun party game. And if you are dragging out those wavelengths, those Just Ones, those kind of games, I can't imagine a scenario where lots of people wouldn't also go, oh, and this, if it was in their collection. But I just don't think many people got it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know it was a thing until someone showed me at a GridCon.
Yeah.
And I had a blast with it. I thought it just did something simple, but made it fun.
Yeah. So my one is on trend for games I kind of used to play, which people probably have played a lot of this. And this is more of a casual style game, but Wiz War. I don't know whether anyone remembers.
It's a massive classic.
You've gone old school now.
Yeah. So, and it probably is a classic, but I would want to get it to the table again and get it to the table more. I don't see anyone playing it at conventions anymore.
I didn't love it back then. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's a jeweler. It's probably really unbalanced, but I've really enjoyed playing it every time because it's a little bit silly, right? And you build the board out, and then you play cards as a battler, and For me, I really enjoyed it.
But we're going to play Wiz War. Yeah, but there's this wonderful thing called Dominion. Come and play this. This is better. No, play Dominion. Honestly, just play it.
But Wiz War's got a physical board that you move around, right?
So fucking Talisman, but I'm not picking it up.
No, but it's not playing Dominion though.
No.
So you're still having the card battling aspect, but you've got capture the flag style mechanic in there where you have to go to their base and capture something and bring it back.
He loves it. I can tell by looking at his face.
I really enjoy it.
I've not played it. I've heard of it. It's Fantasy Flight, right?
Didn't
Fantasy Flight do it originally?
Maybe.
It's not Avalon Hill.
2 seconds. Let me grab this.
Am I thinking of completely different game?
No, it is Fantasy Flight games.
It was FFG.
Yeah.
The one that I know a lot of people played instead of Wiz War was Frag.
Okay.
Which was like Unreal Tournament, the board game, but had lots of division and like long division and stuff like that. So it was like roll 20 dice, count them up, and then divide this number by 5. So, and people used it to teach their kids math a lot. I saw that quite a bit. So, but it seemed to overtake in my local groups. It sort of overtook Wiz War.
So Wiz War's more of a beer pretzel, right? So you you have a field of magic you can pick, which you get a deck of. There's like a labyrinth that gets put down where your base is, and then tiles you kind of explore. I can't remember if you explore them or whether they're already face up. Can't remember that bit. And then you go out and. We used to play a lot of 3-player because if one person's going for their flag, someone might come for your flag. You've now got to defend from 2 aspects, and it added a little bit more of variety than a 4-player we found. We really enjoyed it. And for me, I know you're now saying it's really popular elsewhere, but in our group, no one plays it, right? And then I've not seen. I think I saw Paul had it, and I was like, oh, I remember that game, but. When's the last time anyone got that to the table? And what other game can you compare it to that would take its place?
It's like competitive Hero Quest.
Yeah.
Everyone says anything like Hero Quest, but fine. If that's what you're going to say.
If this was a Time Machine episode, I'd be all over Wiz War.
I don't know. It holds a good place in my heart, and I think it's under the radar within our group, and the rest of the world no one really plays it anymore. So get it to the table.
It's the evolution of taste. How your taste evolves and changes in board games. Yeah. You'd be going back 15 years in not just your Time Machine, but in taste.
Yeah, but
I would struggle.
Hero Quest has come back out, and people were loving it somehow.
I think those people are crazy. It's just not for me. It's just not for me.
Yeah, go on, Dan. What have you got?
This comes with a story. This one. So, as everything I say comes with a little story. So. With this game, right, the game that trumped this one was Sid Meier's Civilization, the 2010 version, the FFG version. So I sold the game that I'm going to talk about because the Civ game came out, and because I was like, oh my God, it's Sid Meier's, and I'm playing the video game, it went, this is going to be better. But it's one that gets forgotten about. It was originally made by Z-Man. I don't know if it still is now. And they also brought out a second edition, which I still don't think got a lot of love or gets a lot of love now. And that is Clash of Cultures.
Okay.
So if you don't want to play Sid Meier's Civilization, the board game, especially if you don't want to play A New Dawn, the latest one that came out, which I didn't like, then Clash of Cultures was basically a good, crunchy toss-up between Civ and Through the Ages. So if you like a lot of plastic on your biscuit, then join this club because Clash of Cultures was it. It had like so many different pieces of plastic, and where you had like your city, you'd see your city evolve and build as you built it. So it would start off with one kind of like round piece, but then you'd add little extra kind of pieces onto the side of the city to kind of see it expand, which was really, back then it was really quite cool. But it's definitely a civilization game through the ages where you're putting up your city, other people are doing that, you're attacking each other, and you have a board which is basically a tech tree. It was a crunchy civilization game. I really liked it, but Civilization kind of it kind of trumped it for me, and because it was Civ and I was playing the video game, I thought, well, there's no point having both, so I'm just going to get this one. And I had both, but I'm only going to keep this one and not keep Clash of Cultures. But it has been remade fairly recently. I think it's quite expensive though, again because there's so much plastic that's in the box. But it's like at 90 quid if you want to go and buy it. It is on the heavier side, while Civilization was heavy, but probably not as heavy. But I don't see that being played anywhere. Not even the second edition that came out in the last few years. Clash of Cultures, it's 2012, old school. But if you like Civ games, then give it a whiz.
Yeah. Whiz.
Give it a whiz. I think WizKids might actually be the one that actually remade it. I don't think it's Z-Man. But yeah, I like Civ games.
Yeah.
But I'm Clash of Cultures.
Yeah, okay. So my one ranks 50. Bear with me.
Like how Dan was giving me shit about my one. Right, what's going on with this one?
I think if I think of an unpunched gem, to me this fits, because to me it is, and it's Underwater Cities, right?
Oh,
okay.
Because
you've played it.
I have played it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying I haven't played it.
Oh, I thought you were saying you hadn't played it.
But the reason why it came out,
I completely, without even going into it, I agree with you.
I'm not saying it didn't get the buzz. It got the buzz at the time, and then just quickly just buggered
Fizzled
off
out
for me. And obviously it's going strong. It's at 50 on the BGG rank, but I didn't our group just didn't get the airtime with that game till recently.
Yeah,
till we played it. I mean, you've got a copy.
Yeah, I've got the copy. Of it.
I had it and sold it.
Yeah,
because I couldn't get the buzz for it.
And
couldn't get anyone interested in playing it.
I've bloody enjoyed it when I played. I thought I can see why it got the buzz. I can see why it's got this.
The production's not great though.
But yeah,
the first edition's awful.
Well, also the expansion adds the dual layer boards that you want and stuff like that.
Yep.
So which is now
Yeah.
like rocking horse shit because you cannot get hold of it at all.
Doesn't the second edition of the game come with the dual layer boards?
No, no,
because the first one definitely did.
No, the second doesn't. So the second came with better domes that didn't crack instantly, by what I can make out. But it's still a thin bit of card for the base, and then in the expansion you get dual layer boards and some different ones as well, some different board types as well.
Yeah.
But cannot get. I've been looking for this game. I've been trying to wait for someone to sell it secondhand cheap or something. Cannot get it anywhere
because there was two publishers that did it.
They're bringing back, so you got Delicious Games, which is Suchi's own company, and then there was one before that I can't remember. But apparently they're bringing out a new edition, a new expansion.
New expansion's coming,
and I'm hoping that will bring a reprint of the first expansion as well. Because
big box.
Anything just so I can get my hands on those dual layer boards, because I'm not always the biggest fan of that, but it's so needed in this game.
Yeah, it's needed.
It just slides around.
It
reminds you of Terraforming
It's
Mars.
worse than Terraforming Mars.
The first board that you got. Yeah. But no, for me, it was a game it kind of came out, it disappeared, moved on, played other things, and it's like, I should always try that. In the back of my mind, I should try that, and then didn't until the opportunity came recently, and we tried it. But yeah, it's good.
It's a great shout.
Really,
it's a great shout.
Really like it. I like the fact that you've got the kind of action spaces that are color coded to the cards that you've got, and you're like, do I do this with the action or do I do this with the card? And just it's simple in terms of its design and what you're supposed to do, but there's crunch to it in terms of how to optimize it and how to get the best out of it. And I loved it. I thought it was a great game. Happily play it any time. So yeah, for me, it just feels like one, even though I know it isn't.
And this is what we're talking about, isn't it? Is that
it isn't, but
it's all about perspective and observation bias and all those kind of things will make some games in your top. So there'll be people who are like, I've never heard of this game. It's in a BGG top 100, top 200, whatever. So So back out of the BGG top 3000 again for me then, in what I think might be overlooked. So I played this on the Gaming Rules stream. Thought, this is good. I don't know that it blows me away, but I think it's a solid game that's going to find a bit of time. And people are going to sort of find it a bit funny as well. It's Come Together.
Yeah, the hippie one.
The hippie one. So it's all about, it's sort of like a Glastonbury festival sort of thing, and it's all sort of in those 70s like neon colours and everything. And
is it the video game?
No. It's Chili Fox.
I'm sure I've seen pictures of it, but I'm not sure.
But it's a worker placement where some spots need, like, you've got a stack of workers, some spots need one, some need two, some need three sort of thing. And basically when an area gets filled, if I remember correctly, then it activates the area and everyone gets their results for going there. So some people, it might not activate for a little while, or you might not get full activation out of it. And you're trying to fill a stage up with different acts to get different workers and stuff like that. And all of the acts have sort of hippie but board game themed titles. So there's like the Dixits and what was the other one I saw earlier when I was looking this up?
The Sidereal Confluences.
Yeah, there's like Mary Kaibo and stuff like that are all kind of on there, and just I thought that would entice a load of like nerdy people who'd find this funny as well. Yeah. And it just seemed to get nothing. And again, I don't think it was groundbreaking or anything like that. I just think it was a solid game that got no time at all. I enjoyed my playthrough of it, and I thought it was just really solid and did the job, and I had a laugh, and everyone sort of, oh, what band did you get? Oh yeah, that one, that's quite fun. You know, some of them, sometimes you look at it and you're like, what's that supposed to say?
Yeah.
Oh, now I get it, it's funny sort of thing. And
little puns.
Yeah, little puns. And it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't seem to go anywhere or do anything. And yet I thought it reminds me interestingly, because it's a similar theme of the draft and write records style of sort of you're going along tracks and trying to uncover things and tick things off. And like up in that top left-hand corner of the draft and write records where you're sort of going along a track and trying to get bonuses for sort of getting so far along it. So there was loads of bits that I've found in other popular games, but and I do think it might be the box art, and some of those components looked very, just quite basic. Like the printed artwork on it was that trying to be over stylistically cartoonized sort of thing. And I do think there might have been some production bits that held it back. But yeah, I'm surprised it didn't get the love.
I mean, it looks like a Beatles cover.
It does.
Which is probably the style they've gone with.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
The album cover, like Sgt. Pepper's Band or whatever.
Yeah, all of that. And I thought that would attract a certain audience and festival goers. As you know, there's quite a bit of crossover for board gamers and festival goers. And I thought this might attract people, and just didn't.
It's a good choice because I completely forgot that game existed.
Yeah, and this was it. I was looking back through every game I'd played, over 3,000 sort of thing, and went, I had a lot of fun with that game. I've rated it okay. You know, again, I gave it like a 7 or something, so it's not too bad at all. And yeah, just nothing.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
so for me, and I think there's probably a reason why this has slightly flown under the radar, is because it's a very niche game, and I think it's going to be polarizing for a lot of people, and it's Moonrakers. Okay. So this game is a card game where you are trying to upgrade your ship. I don't know the full objective of the game, but I kind of know what the game's about. You have missions that are put out, and to usually complete this mission, you have to have someone else help you from the table. It's not co-op, it's competitive. There's only be one winner. And you've got to basically negotiate with the other person about what they're going to get from this card, what you're going to do to be able to do this mission, and then use those bits to upgrade your ship. And I think there's also a trade phase. So it's got a lot of player interaction in it for a game which has also got Euro-style elements on it. And I think that's the reason why it's been polarizing for some people. But for me, it's kind of flown under the radar. I think it was released in 2020, and I saw a lot of buzz online about it, but I heard no one talking about it outside of...
Had a lot of PR.
Yeah,
I remember it. You just saw it on socials.
Didn't
all
it
the time.
have printing issues or something like that? Didn't it go out? I thought it went out of print early or something like that. I can't remember now.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'm sure there was something where people couldn't get hold of it again, and sort of shortly after release and stuff.
So I know they did a reprint as well, where they did there's now like a big box version of it, where they've got even more stuff.
They did a couple of versions of it, like a retail version and a super Kickstarter.
The Titan version, I remember that.
Yeah, and it looks really nice. And I think I had a lot of PR. All over Facebook, and look, I think is it IV Studio?
I think it is.
Yes.
They do a lot of PR on Facebook, on social media. And it lots. I'm always seeing their stuff come up online.
Well, their Realm of Reckoning is their latest one. I keep seeing.
Yes,
Constantly in my face. Yeah.
And I think PR can only work to some certain degree, because if the game isn't everyone's cup of tea, then it's just going to go flat in the pan. But then I'm an art about that game for ages. Never played it, but it always looks to me like this could be interesting, and it's a decent theme. And I nearly bought it one Expo year, but it just didn't.
I did the same thing. I very nearly bought it. I looked at it and went, "Ooh," and then I just kept thinking, who am I going to play this with? Who's going to enjoy this?
I was thinking that too, yeah.
Because anyone that has played it, the people that bought it are probably going to be the people that like the game. So there's going to be very skewed metrics onto who likes this game anyway.
Yeah.
So, I do want to. I probably will get it at some point just to play it, and then I might end up moving on. Yeah, there you go.
Play it.
Got people to play it.
But people do rate it from what I gather.
Yeah.
Some people, that I've spoken with and who have played it said, yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I've seen people playing it.
I remember when it came back in stock, there was quite a bit of a let's go out and grab it sort of thing. So, yeah, I think it is known of. It's just, as you say, in our group specifically.
It's barren.
No one's
picked it up. And I think it is because it has, it's like Deal with the Devil. It's that kind of player interaction not everyone's going to enjoy.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Dan.
Hello.
What else you got?
Word games, right? Yeah. Word games, Scrabble. Everyone goes to Scrabble for a word game because they just love that itch for that triple word score, don't they? Not me, not really, not anymore. I mean, if Aunt Sally wants to play it, fine, I might have a game. But one game that doesn't get spoken enough, when you really want to kind of scratch a word itch and you want your family to join you because all they want to do is play that bastard Scrabble, is Paperback. Paperback is fantastic. It's a great word game and it's a deck builder. I love deck builders. I went from Star Realms and I like Star Realms. It's the original Star Realms, none of the extra add-on crap. The original Star Realms that came in a little box. Lovely, still got it. 2-player game, cracking game. Okay, where can I go now that's a word game? Where can I go now that's a deck builder? That might be a little bit more intricate. I thought, people are saying paperback. Looked at it, paperback. It is just you're collecting letters to make words. No one plays it. Not that I can see. It's had other iterations. I think hardback was the next one on from paperback. But if you really want a good game that you can get around the table, that no one kind of really plays anymore, but you also want to get out of the Scrabble, ways of life when it comes to word games. Paperback. People don't talk about it. It's great. It's a great little game.
Yeah,
I don't love word games. So it's one of those where
that's also a thing. There's a lot of people. Either you love word games or you hate them.
Yeah.
My wife, she can't stand them. She thinks she can't spell. You can love. I love you. You can spell, but she won't play word games at all. But paperback, fantastic game.
Yeah. It's where I ended up going for, because Paperback and Letter Jam weren't far apart. And Letter Jam was the one that someone showed me, and I was like, okay, I can kind of get on board with this. Tried it a little bit, it was fine, sort of thing. And
there's a little theme there with Paperback as well. When you play there's a little. It's a slight. I mean, it's not world ending, but it's a little bit of a theme to it. And there's a sense of purpose when you're building these letters and these words out. But doesn't get spoken anywhere near enough as it should.
Yeah, I
keep
agree.
seeing the Paperback adventures.
Yes.
Different volumes where you have I don't know if they're like superheroes or their characters.
Possibly, yeah.
Their decks are slightly different.
Yeah,
in how that plays.
I haven't gone any further than the original, but I sold my copy.
Flowers Games, is it?
Yeah.
Same as Fugitive and
Yep, exactly the same.
Good little small box games they do.
Yeah, I had the Fugitive, didn't like it, but but Paperback, it was fantastic.
Oh, good choice. The last game I've got is going to be polarizing for many that have either tried it or haven't tried it. But I do think it's a gem. And
don't you dare say too many bones.
It's not too many bones.
No one could have heard of that.
No one's heard of it. No one's heard of that. No, it's New Angeles. For me.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's something that Fantasy Flight just released, and then that was it. It just literally released completely under the radar. I think it's ranked 1,500, which I was surprised is even that high, to be honest, in Board Game Geek. But yeah, set in the Android universe. I've talked about it on the pod. I'm not going to go into the detail about it, but it's very much negotiation, the board game, playing the CEOs of futuristic corporations and being a dick to each other. And that's pretty much what that game is all about.
I remember it was when it was released, and I looked at it and went, "Oh, I'm not sure."
Yeah,
and then I never bothered committing to it because I was really up for anything that was FFG made.
Yeah.
But after TI 3 came out, I was like, "Oh, let's get everything that's FFG," and I went on a little bit of an FFG spree.
Yeah.
And I remember when that came out, and I went, "So you know what? I'm going to pass on that. Don't know if it's my cup of tea." And that was it.
I'm glad I've got it because I don't think you can get hold of it very easily now.
I wonder if the timing was around when they're about to lose the license or get rid of the license anyway.
It wasn't long.
So it was probably just them trying to just push it out, right?
There was a couple that they brought. Was it another one called something Frame?
Oh, a Mainframe.
Mainframe. That was another
We got
one.
Android, the board game.
Yep.
Which was dreadful.
The original.
Yeah,
Then Netrunner.
But I still want to play it. That's how weird it is.
You're solving a crime.
I know,
And
yeah.
the crime gets solved depending upon what you... So the murderer changes or whatever it is. The person who's done it wrong changes depending upon what you play.
Yeah.
So there's no right answer. You're solving a game and it's just you get to an answer.
Yeah.
And that is shaped by what you've done.
But it's cool puzzle.
So there's no
corner.
fixed... There's no actual... Like, it's not like a sort of Cluedo thing where it's like, oh, it's these people in the envelope. No. It's the weirdest thing ever.
I still want to play it.
Sure.
Because it'd be janky as hell.
It is
I'm
janky
finding
as
a
hell.
copy.
It starts off. It sounds like a bit like Detroit New.
Yeah.
What's the Detroit New Angeles? Whatever it's called. No, Detroit. The
video game.
The video game.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Quantic Dream.
That's what it sounds like, the theme wise.
Yeah.
And then
Detroit
suddenly
Become
it's
Human.
like, oh no, that's it. Detroit Become Human.
Become human. Yeah, that's
Great
what I was
game.
assuming. Yeah. It's one of the first games I remember actually seeing fan-made patches for on Board Game Geek.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, this is ridiculous.
Broken.
We have all fixed it in different ways. I remember seeing like 3 different patches for that game. And again, Android is now practically ancient sort of thing on the new board game scale.
Oh, God, yeah.
And it was the first time I remember seeing like homemade patches for games. Because I remember looking it up and going, we can't have played it right. And everyone going, no, this is just the dreadful way that Android works.
It's when you talk to people and they go, oh, I played Android Netrunner. It was fantastic. I went, did you play the original Android? And they're like, no, what's that? I'm like, you tell them. And like, well, didn't know that even existed.
Yeah. It's like they took the...
It's a good job.
Not
I
an
think,
Unpunched gem.
I think if people played Android and then Netrunner wouldn't exist because people would have played Android and then be like,
But the theme of it is great.
Yeah.
Like the Android theme is awesome. So if you kind of like that cyberpunk, futuristic, dystopia kind of vibe, then that's kind of the jam. But yeah, Android board game, you can't get hold of it anyway. If you can, it'll be expensive. Probably don't do it.
I only sold mine like 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
The original Android.
Yeah.
I had a copy of it in my shop because I used to run an online retailer for board games. And I had one in my shop.
Guess the rating of it.
Well, Android.
Yeah, it's a 6.7.
That's not necessarily
That's
great.
quite high though, isn't it? I
Yeah,
expect it to be a lot.
it's what I
Most
thought
of
it
it's
would
probably
be.
old rankings I spent.
Yeah.
It's
Been
a weight.
dragged down.
It's a weight of nearly 4.
Oh, it's a terrible rule book, which has lots of random rules in it.
And had a weird ruler that you kind of flew around. But anyway,
you had to
that's not
fly
the game
certain
I'm talking
part.
about.
No. Anyway,
I'm just intrigued.
This is not the Unpunched gem. It's New Angeles, which is the Android universe. And yeah, so the reason why it's polarizing is if you don't like negotiation, avoid this at all costs. If you do not like confrontation in that fact where you're probably arguing with another player to get what you want, don't play this game. It's not going to bring out the best. You need the right group. You need the right group of people who are willing to enter into it with the spirit it needs and then leave with the spirit.
Hugging each other.
Yeah, leave with everyone smiling and hugging at the end of it. But I love it.
Did you have to be mean to each other? That's like the point of the game.
You have to be.
You have to be.
Because one of you is potentially a dick in the game as well, which last time I played it, I was the dick and it was brilliant. and I was just waiting for the opportune moment to screw everyone. And I did it, and it felt amazing because they all just swore at me, and I was like, "Mwah," and I won, and it was great.
Nice.
But yeah, I think it is a gem of a game. It's one that people don't talk about ever. But yeah, appreciate if you don't like that style, don't play it. Don't avoid it at all costs because it's not going to sway you into it. If you don't like negotiation, playing that, it's not going to make you like negotiation games at all. But if you like that kind of jam, I recommend it.
Nice.
It's good.
It doesn't shy away from what it is.
No,
It
unapologetic.
It leans into it wholeheartedly. It's like, right, this is a negotiation game. You're going to argue, and someone's going to leave feeling pretty annoyed by it, but you're going to enjoy it while you do it. If you enjoy this,
if you like that, like the emotion that it brings out of you. But yeah, there we go. Hope that's going to kind of been a bit interesting. Some different corners of our psyche in terms of some games that have come out. Either flew under the radar for our group or generally. And general terms.
I wish I hadn't given myself. All of these games have been in the BGG top 1,000 apart from mine. And it's like, I could have listed loads of good games that I don't think people have talked about.
No, but I'm glad you did it properly.
Thanks. One of us had to.
Mine was an afterthought.
But there we go. Hope you enjoyed us talking about some unpunched gems. Let's go on to the next segment. Okay, it's time for some receive, sleeve, and leave. And I've been taking notes of the little unpunched gems that you've been mentioning.
So you've been doing this on the fly?
I've been doing this on the
The
fly.
sections on the fly.
I've been completely caught out and I'm not prepared. So I've just picked 3 of the games. That
Like the rest of this episode, he's done it on the fly.
Yes. I'm jet lagged, all right? Leave me alone. I've actually picked...
Is that on the fly home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I didn't even do that. I was asleep.
Yeah,
Slept.
I slept. I picked 3 games that I thought, out of all the ones we discussed, that kind of go together as best as they could, which is, they don't, but you're having them anyway. So it's Underwater Cities, it's Moonrakers, and it's Come Together. So I thought I'll throw those 3 in. I wouldn't say they're similar at all, but they're kind of weight probably similar-ish. But there we go. They're the 3 I'm picking.
Yeah.
Because
There you go.
I wasn't prepared. I'm going to sugarcoat it. So yeah, anyone want to go?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Go.
I'm going to sleeve the Beatles game, Come Together.
Okay.
Yeah, because I bet it's dirty. So, and then
Oh, wow.
polyamorous. But anyway, I'm not going to go there. Right. So I will sleeve Come Together.
Okay.
Just because it sounds quite interesting and a little bit different to what I normally have.
Yeah.
So I'll sleeve that.
Okay.
I will receive Moonraker because I don't want to buy the big box. And as we went over, there's a reason why a lot of us don't want to buy it. So I'll receive it.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will leave... I've forgotten what the
Underwater
third
Cities.
one is.
Underwater Cities.
Oh, I like Underwater
Yeah,
Cities.
I was
though.
listening. I was like, he's not going to leave
I'm going
Underwater
to
Cities.
leave Underwater Cities because Adrian's going to get it and I'll play Adrian's copy.
Fair enough.
Because I've left Underwater Cities before. So
Yeah. Fair play.
goodbye.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go next. So I will sleeve Underwater Cities. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a banger of a game at BGG Top 50. Loads of people have heard of it.
It's a gem. It's an
I'd say
unpunched
over
gem.
the radar, if anything, right?
Not my radar.
No, it's true.
Completely slipped under my radar.
True.
So I'm going to sleeve that. Then I'm going to receive Come Together because I did enjoy playing that, and I would happily give it another go. And then Moonrakers is deliberately polarizing, and I think I would. The reason why I didn't really look at it or pick it up or anything is because it's the wrong side of. I'm on the wrong side of that sort of polarization.
Yeah,
I
fair
think
enough.
definitely.
I
So
don't think you would enjoy it either.
so it's going to get left.
Okay. Makes sense.
I think I'm exactly the same as you. Although I'm interested in Moonrakers, I still haven't bought it.
Yeah.
I still haven't got it. I still haven't committed. So if you're going to commit, Davey, then I'll just come around yours.
There you go.
So
It's not how this game works.
No, imagine that can't happen, Dan.
if that can't happen, I'll still leave it. But Underwater Cities is a banger that no one's ever heard of. So we'll sleeve that, provided we can get the expansion and get the boards because it needs it.
Yeah.
Come Together sounds interesting, and if someone wanted to give me a copy, I was like, yeah, let's go for that. And yeah, Moonrakers, nah.
We're basically doing this game of like shag, marry, avoid, and it's like, well, I'll shag her because I know you're going to marry her, so I get Siri every week. So
Come together right now.
so it's our shagger because I'll see her every week. That's fine. I like her as a person as well, but you're marrying her, so that's
So I'll still get to see her. Yeah. It's fair enough.
that's how we're playing this game right now.
Yeah,
It's not how it's meant to be played, but there we go.
No. Sharing's caring.
It is caring, yeah. I would leave Come Together because it does not interest me. I don't know what it is. The look of it does not interest me. I would play it because I play anything, and it might sway me if I played it. But at the moment, I'm like, nah, for whatever reason, which is probably why it's flying under the radar.
I think again, it's a solid game, and if Moonraker, I think out of the selection, if Moonraker is going to be more your thing, I can totally understand.
Yeah. I've got more interest in Moonrakers than I have in that. So Moonrakers I would receive, and I would sleeve Underwater Cities because no one's heard of it. And I stand
your
by
mind.
it. I stand by it.
It'll be rare soon.
It's going to be
No
rare.
one bought a copy.
No one knows what it is. No one knows what it is, and I stand by it. So there we go.
Just a blip on the radar.
It's just a little blip. Little blip in the sea.
There we go.
Yeah.
Do you know why I bought it and then sold it? I bought it because it reminded me of BioShock.
Oh, yeah.
Then I sold it
The
because I
theming.
couldn't get it to the table, and it is nothing like BioShock.
It's nothing like it.
Bioshock.
No.
A board game like Bioshock would be cool though.
They have one, but it's not great.
Ah.
The
Yeah,
Siege of
Infinite.
Columbia.
That's the infinite one.
It is.
And the
Infinite,
Infinite,
yeah. It's okay, but it's dated for what it is, and it's.
But just one with that theme rather than one that directly ties into the IP would be cool.
I agree,
Seems
and I would
amazing.
be all over it like shit on Velcro.
Yep.
Okay, so we are now at our penultimate turn. So we're nearly there, guys. This for those that don't know, with this particular group of recording artists, it's always a fun record because we have more in the bloopers than we do in the
I know what
actual.
you're talking about.
Yeah, sure. So, what are you all looking forward to, guys? What's coming up?
I know. I'll
go on, Dan.
By the time this episode comes out, I would have been and come back from Germany.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Munich
Nice.
in 4 days. I'm hoping to see if I can try and go to a German board game store, so I can say that I've been to a German board game store.
There's plenty of them.
There's plenty of them, as the Germans love board gaming. So
It'll be beige on the outside, so you'll know which one it is.
Every one with all the
we'll have cubes. It's got to have cubes. Yeah, Ports of Essen. I'm all over it. Yeah, I can't wait. Looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. I haven't been abroad for nearly a decade.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to go.
Nice.
And also, since watching Clarkson's Farm,
I wondered if this was going to
I
come
was
into
waiting
it.
for
got to
this.
come in. I've been playing Farming Simulator, and I actually really enjoy it.
Agricola, the video game.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually really like it. Like, oh, that combine's really cool.
What livestock you tend
Not yet. I've only just started. I'm only in my infancy.
You've not built up to.
We've planted some rapeseed and we've planted some barley.
To go for some oil. Nice.
I've been liming my fields, and that's about as far as I've gone.
I don't play this game.
I had cows. I sold them, but no, it's too complicated. You got to preheat the oven before you stick in the turkey, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I've done. I thought I'd start with the fields.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
shiny new OLED panel that I bought.
I guess it's kind of cathartic, right?
It's just chill.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
real chill.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I'm just sat here holding W and grabbing
Chewing
my
on his
mouse.
bit of wheat out his
What
mouth.
I've
going-
got is I've got one of my small children to go underneath my chair and kind of bob it up and down a little bit, so it adds extra immersion. No, son, no.
Is that with the Wurzels on in the
yeah.
background?
Yeah, oh yeah, what great.
If
idea.
anyone goes for a shit, leave the door open so I can smell it.
4D.
4D. Brilliant.
Amazing.
Farming simulator in Germany. That's what I'm doing. David, what are you up to? Because you can't top that.
No, I can't top that.
No.
But I will be playing the Old King's Crown. That's coming
Oh, I
up.
want to try that.
So we're looking forward to that.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
I really want to
got
give that a go.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So no, I can't top Farming Simulator in
but it's pretty close though.
Germany.
pretty close.
Yeah. I'm excited. The last game we played of it was the prototype.
Yeah, Expo. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is one that they gave us a prototype. So we,
Oh yes.
we
Yeah.
played the prototype and really enjoyed it then. That was a real good laugh. So looking forward to getting the full version down.
See
now
how it's
and
changed.
See how it's changed, yeah. Because a lot's been added.
Yep.
And
Tightened up.
the artwork for it is just phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
I assume it's full.
Yes. This is.
Yeah. I'm just playing that.
Yeah.
About you, Adrian?
I have 2 campaign games currently sort of set up for the next couple of weekends. So Pandemic Legacy Season 0. So just completed July today. And then that was great fun. Again, it's hard to talk about these games when there's so many spoilers in there. But even from game 1 of Season 0, I thought this is going to be something cool and interesting.
Yeah.
And having watched how Season 1 shaped, I was just more and more intrigued by what was going to happen in Season 0. And so far it's living up to that hype, and I'm in July, so I've got a few months left to go. And Season 1 went crazy at the end, so I'm hoping that happens with Season 0 as well. It all goes a bit woo. The bit I didn't like in Season 1 was where it's like, well, if you haven't done some of these things, then that's all right.
Yeah.
at a certain point in it, and I won't say when, but it kind of did that towards the end of the campaign. I'm hoping it's not going to do that in Season 0 as well. So if it does, please don't tell me, because I'll be disappointed. But
Yeah, save my disappointment for later.
so I got that, and then got Primal
Yeah.
with another group as well. So played it with a friend. They did not enjoy Primal 2-player. They played the Hammer person, Thoreg, or whatever his name is, and didn't really enjoy it. Didn't get on with the Hammer, like the style.
What's his original? What's his name?
Thoreg or something?
Thoreg,
like?
Original.
Yeah. So
Thor with EG on the end.
Yeah.
so,
With a hammer.
Yeah,
but the Hammer isn't as offensive, I think, as people think it will be.
It's more support item. How it starts, you can
You
end
can
up
make
building
it-
it into offensive, which I did, and which has actually been really bad because all of us
Offensive, yeah.
yeah. So for the playthrough with Paul, all of us went really offensive, and we've started losing a lot now. So I've started going back to the support side of things.
So just game 2, and I'm already finding that, like, we went all offensive, and I was like, some of us are going to have to go defensive, but everyone's just looking at each other kind of going, well, it won't be me, sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. We got a 4-player game of it. We got through the prologue start, which was good, and now we're on to sort of other monsters, which I hadn't seen before, which is, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah,
So, and I've got the gun,
nice.
the bow gun,
The bow gun. That's
So-
cool. We've got the reload mechanic.
reload mechanic.
It's very
It's a
cool.
lot of
I
fun.
like it. You can do some cool things with that deck as well, I found.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I think the 2 expansion ones they brought out were a little bit... Well, the Dual Blades was like absolutely insanely busted, I think. But they have FAQ'd that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If anyone likes the sound of Primal, then you can always check out the live stream that we do every fortnight for Gaming Rules as well.
Check out the show notes. We'll put a link in.
There we go.
And you can potentially win a copy.
And you can potentially win a copy, which I mean, it's a big old game, so
Yeah.
you're winning a lot from it because I think it's the full deluxe edition as well. So
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a lot of boxes.
it's a lot of boxes and a lot of gameplay. But
Yeah.
good. It's such a good game.
I didn't even get the monster expansions. I just got the 5th player and some extra bits. And even that, there's plenty in there to keep you going. You can play 2 whole campaigns and almost not repeat a monster.
Nice.
Cool.
What about you, JP?
Yeah. Well, I've got too many bones coming up, haven't I?
Oh, you have?
With you, Adrian.
Yeah.
And with you, Davey.
Yes.
And with Becky.
And with Becky.
So it's,
I'm looking forward to this
surprised.
because it's been nearly 2, I think maybe 3 years
Yeah.
since I last played Too Many Bones.
I'm looking forward to it because it's with you guys, and I haven't played
Oh.
the game with you guys for 2 years.
Yeah.
But I'm normally when I play it, it's with either similar people
Yeah.
for whatever reason. So it's quite nice to just mix that up, and Davey will pick the most complicated nonsense character he can get his hands
I
on.
already know who I want to play.
Oh, who are you playing?
I want to play Riffle
Riffle, the poker deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll enjoy Riffle. Yeah.
because that was that's been like the newest one from when I last played. I think
Yeah.
he's the only one that's kind of been added.
Well, I've got all the Unbreakable gear so you
okay.
haven't played.
So I haven't played
There's
those,
another
but-
5 in there, mate.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
Loads of choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I'm looking forward to it. It should be good fun. I might play Unbreakable.
Okay.
Play with that map because
Yeah.
I've not done that for a while. So yeah, adds a little bit of subterranean.
The last time I
caves.
played, I was on a raft. So
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
yep.
Undertow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do Unbreakable.
I think that was the one where you played on the pig, didn't you?
yes,
With the- yeah.
that's
that was
to ride the pig.
Piccadillo.
that was the one I last played as well. So that shows you how long it is since we played.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll I'll let you have a look through the gear locks you want to play.
Nice.
Beforehand, all million of them.
I should have played with that stare with the stick. Does anyone know that? You ever seen that? The pig. I live in a different fucking world.
You
I don't know.
do.
You live in Mean World.
So in America they do a pig this show where you show off your pigs.
Oh, I
right?
know. Yeah, and they tap the
And
pig
they
to
tap
keep
the
it
pig
in a
and
line,
they have
walking
to
in a
keep
line.
eyesight with they have to keep like basically you have to stare down the judge,
Right,
And you have
okay.
to tap the pig.
You
and
get some
they
very
basically-
scary looking people just ushering a pig round like a
Check
pig.
out pigs there.
But yeah, blimey, that's a
Where in
that's a
the
deep.
world? Davy's world.
So no, I'm looking forward to a bit of a TMB. It's going to be good fun. So yeah, I think we're there, aren't we, guys?
Still not played it.
Oh, you better get on board.
I
don't you?
should
You
play it
should.
at least once.
You should play it.
I should.
Thank you for bearing with me with my jet lag. It's always good to talk about some games that are very popular, apparently. So there we go. Thank you all for listening. It's been great to have you along for the show. If you enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, and do all of that lovely stuff that makes us feel warm and fuzzy. And share with your gaming group, family, friends, all that lovely stuff. If you want to support the show, we're on Coffee, and we love it when you can support the show. It keeps this engine going, and we can't thank anybody enough for those that do. And you're all awesome.
We love you.
We love you. But other than that, all that's left to say is, whose turn is it anyway?